On Monday, I was able to take a couple days off, and I went to Whistler. My parents have a place there, and my family was already there. So my parents, my brother's wife, and two young girls, Olivia and Claire, who are ages 2 and 4. And so really looking forward just to spending some time with them. And on Tuesday, my brother and his wife went skiing. So it was a special day for just me to be with my 2 nieces. And they had gotten a gingerbread mansion from Costco, and we turned it into a gingerbread church. It was really fun. You could check Instagram to see the final product of that. And then we went to a little hill right beside my parents' home, right near Our Lady of the Mountain Church. And Olivia is learning how to ski just right there, and Claire's on the toboggan. It was just so much fun. So I spent the whole day with them. I was able to celebrate Mass for them in the morning. It was just so good. And then I wanted to get in my own exercise before dinner. And so I'm trying to exercise in a room by myself, and then the 2 girls come in, and it turns into like this kind of question and answer of like all the different exercises that I'm doing, and then it turns into like a dance party with them. And then they start working out with me. So to see like a 2-year-old girl do jumping jacks and then squats and lunges is so adorable. And so we're waiting for my brother and his wife to get back. And then all of a sudden I realized that their mother is there in the room. Like she kind of snuck in, and she's just present, and she's like squatting down looking at Olivia and Claire, and she has this huge smile on her face, and her arms are just open, like ready to receive them. And they don't notice her yet. And so I notice her first. I'm just kind of waiting to see when they'll clue in that her mom's there. And then after about 10 to 20 seconds, all of a sudden, Claire, the 2-year-old, "Mommy!" And she just runs to her mom, huge hug, and then proceeds to like tell her everything that happened throughout the day. And there was just like so much joy on these little girls' faces to see their mom and just tell her absolutely everything that happened throughout the day. I was reminded of this story when I was reflecting on today's Solemnity, Mary, Mother of God, because so often I feel in my life like I just treat Mary like she's just there in the room, just kind of looking at me, or like I'm just not even aware that she's there. Almost like she's just like a statue. Like we have statues of Mary in our homes, and she's just like there, and it's just kind of, I never really reach out to her or anything. She's just kind of present in the room, but not, I never go to her really. And I really feel like in my heart, like there's something wrong about that, treating Mary just like a statue. Because then the rosary, it just becomes this, almost like a piece of jewelry that I just kind of hang, in my rear view window of my car or something like that. Like there's really something missing whenever I treat Mary like a statue. Or other times, I feel like I treat Mary like a vending machine. You know, it's like I go to her when I want something, and I see if it works. Like I input a rosary for like the conversion of a family member, or like end of COVID, like one rosary, like input into the vending machine. And the problem about that is that when it doesn't work, you feel like the vending machine's like broken. You just kind of like shake it, like, come on, like, give me what I want. And then when it doesn't work, you're like, okay, maybe this doesn't work. You just kind of give up. And I have that happen in my life too, when like praying the rosary, just like check the box and then hope that I'll get what I want. And then I just lose so much more when I treat Mary like a vending machine. And what's happened is that reflecting upon how my 2 nieces were with their mother, on how she was just there, and her arms wide open, just wanting to accept them, just listen to them. I feel like the invitation today is for us to treat Mary like a mother. And I really feel deep down in my heart, one of the best ways we can do that is to speak to her like she's actually our mother. Like actually talk to Mary like she's mommy. You know, last night I was just thinking about this and I thought, okay, Mary, I've treated you too much like a statue today. I just want to speak to you from my heart. And then, Mary, I've treated you too much like a vending machine today. I just prayed a rosary just to get it done, hoping that it would work. I want to speak to you like Mama Mary. Like I actually just want to speak to you like you're my mommy. And just as, you know, my nieces, they just had so much joy in just telling mommy everything. That's Mary's heart toward each one of her children. You know, this solemnity of Mary, Mother of God, that means Mary is the mother of each one of us. Like God has given her the ability to mother each one of us as if we were the only one. If we just accept this truth, like this could change our lives, that Mary has the ability as the mother of God to mother each one of us as if we were her only child. You know, accepting this, that Mary has the ability to mother me in the most perfect of all ways, as if I'm her only child, is life-changing. For me, it's like any time in the day, I know that Mary can be fully present to me. And she knows exactly how I'm doing inside, and she is powerful enough to actually help me out. Like that's what we all deeply desire. And that's one of the things about the vending machine is that if you get what you want, you still know that there's something missing. If you get what you want from the vending machine, there's still, we're made for so much more. And as I shared yesterday, that was something that my niece Olivia really, really got. She got everything she wanted for Christmas. Everything she told Santa on her wish list, she got. But then she said to me, she said, Uncle Richard, do you know what the best thing I got for Christmas was? Love. The best thing I got for Christmas was love. And that's what each one of us deeply desires above all else. Is to know that we are loved by a mother who knows us by name, who's chosen us, who wants to be a mother to us. In all of our lives right now, she is like my sister-in-law. She is in our lives right now, looking upon us with arms wide open, just ready to accept us. And all we have to do is just to run to her. Just call out, Mommy, Mama Mary, and just tell her from our hearts what's really going on. Something we heard in today's gospel is that Mary treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart. All the words that you share with Mary, she treasures. Every single one. Every single time you go to her, you tell her what's going on in your heart, she treasures those words. And for far too often in my life, I've never really spoken to her from my heart. I've treated her like a statue most of the time, or a vending machine, but I've never really treated her like a mother, someone who deeply wants to hear what's going on in my heart, and she treasures each one of those words. That's the invitation for us today on the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God, to treat Mary like our mother. And one of the most beautiful results of this that I've experienced personally is that it gives my own mother, Monica, the freedom to try her best, to love me in the best way that she can, but to not expect her to be perfect. Because if if the only mother that I have is my mother Monica, then I'm going to hold her up to a standard of perfection that she cannot attain. And we all have that desire to have a perfect mother. And that's Mary's role. So if my mother Monica, I hold her up to the standard to be perfect, anytime she doesn't fully understand me, anytime she doesn't answer my needs, anytime she's not present when I need her there, I feel frustrated. But what's happened in my life is that as soon as I accept Mary as my mother, my spiritual mother, then all of a sudden I give my own mother, Monica, the freedom to try her best. And I can just recognize the times in her life, in my life with her, that she's been really good to me, and she's been so good to me. But I don't have to hold her to a standard of perfection, because I have a mother, Mary, who is able to mother me in every perfect way. And so that's one of the beautiful effects of this, is choosing for Mary to be our spiritual mother, is that all of the deep desires at any point of the day, 24/7, you can go to Mary and she will fulfill that desire that you have to be mothered in the most perfect of ways. And then you get to see, like in my own mom, the goodness of the times that she resembles Mary in whatever way, in whatever support. And so it's a beautiful thing that happens, is that I've really been able to rejoice in the goodness of my mother Monica in any way that she's been good to me, because now I know deep down in my heart that my true mother is Mary in heaven. And it's just been so good. Like, Mary's become so real in my life. Since my first Mass on Our Lady of Guadalupe, Mary's constantly inviting me deeper and deeper. I know, I don't want Mary just to be a statue in my life. I don't want that. And so I tell Mary, Mary, I don't want you to be a statue anymore in my life. I want you to be a mother. And then I speak to her from my heart. Mary, I don't want you to be a vending machine in my life. I want you to be a mother. I deeply need you to be a mother. And so as we start this year, 2021, there's no better way to start this year than by just choosing Mary to be our mother. I just invite you to try it out. Speak to Mary from your heart. And know that she's looking at you right now with arms wide open, just wanting to look at you, ready to receive you, to run to her and say, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, let me tell you everything that I did today." That's her joy. It's the joy of a mother to have their child express from their heart everything. And that's Mary's heart towards each one of us today. And so we don't know what will happen in this year of 2021, but I guarantee that Mary will be your mother throughout the entire year, and that is good news to start this new year.